So where we're going to open up at is you guys are on week 5 of your journey here. You know you're about only 2 weeks out from reaching Waterdeep. Sweet. So just to kind of take care of some administrative stuff. So you guys are still on the road. It's probably about like midday. And you're coming up on the town of Daggerford, which is just in front of us here on the map. Is there anything you guys like to do in particular? No?
I can't see the map, sir.
Try refreshing your page.
You refresh your page.
Yeah, there you go. Can you see it now?
Hold on. Oh, yep, we can see it. Yeah, that's
you can see it now? Okay, cool. Okay. So as the caravan's going down here, and you guys eventually do reach Daggerford, you do see that other like merchants from like this relatively small town are pulling up their carts, joining your caravan here. Let's have everybody roll either a insight or a perception check for me. See if you're able to notice anything odd or abnormal about the group that's tagging along now.
It doesn't matter which one?
Nope, it's going to be player's choice.
I don't notice anything.
Okay, so I got a 1 from Amber, 17 from Sergijo. Oh, dude, that is wicked lag.
See what I mean?
Yeah, that's like super bad. Let's see. Hold on, I want to wait for Janai to try to get her stuff taken care of here. But all of your compatriots are safe still. Like Eldrin, that elf that transforms into like this very pretty deer is still with you guys. Platinum antlers, golden pelt.
We're missing the horse.
The horse is there. He's just not on the map. You gonna restart your computer? Okay, gotcha. Take a little pause. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, she's right. We can keep going. She can still hear me, I guess. She'll just talk through my mic. Okay, gotcha. So with a... Oh, I got you. You rolled a 16 anyway. So 17, 16, and a 1. All right, so Sergijo and Phelan, what you guys notice... you notice in particular a gnome that seems to be showing interest in other caravanners. She's already spoken to several of them, asking inconspicuous questions and even like commenting on the weather, as if she's kind of probing for information. She leaves an impression of being someone who flawlessly takes in every detail about people in her surroundings. Right? The second character that you guys notice, the second character that you notice kind of joined the caravan is a human who joined at the same time. You watch as he's welcomed aboard one of the cult's wagons as a passenger. One of the wagons that you guys marked well ahead of time, right? That's going to be that one. So you see this human get onto one of the cult's caravans, and another gnome that's just questioning and walking around with you guys in the caravan there.
A gnome, you said?
Yeah. So Jamna over there, she's probably off in the distance, doesn't necessarily paying any mind to you guys, but 2 interesting characters just joined your caravan. They have not shown any interest in you or have engaged in any conversations. They're just kind of there. As your caravan continues to head north towards Waterdeep. Anybody like to do anything, or just keep like tabs on either of them?
Yeah, I want to just try to keep overhearing what they're saying and asking.
Okay, gotcha. Just kind of keep within earshot. All right. How about you, Amber? What would you like to do?
Well, I didn't notice anything apparently, so I'm just gonna keep going along my merry way.
I'm gonna fill Amber in because I feel like the one that was welcomed upon the marked carriage is probably another cultist.
Okay. All right. So the people that are marking. So let's do another group. Let's go and do a perception check, a group perception check on how well you guys are able to kind of go through this time of acquiring information.
Thank you.
I rolled twice because I have advantage.
Okay. So 14, 21.
My first one was 22.
Say again?
I rolled twice because I had advantage. But
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
so,
I gotcha. So you're pretty confident that you're able to keep pretty good tabs on both of these individuals, more particularly that one in like the red robes. But you eavesdrop on a couple of their conversations as time goes by. And it's pretty nonchalant. There's nothing indicative that they're up to no immediate like badness throughout their travels there. So they're not plotting on like murdering anybody in the caravan or anything like that. Just seems to be having a regular conversation. All right, of nothing of import. All right. When you guys are ready, let me know, and then I'll kind of progress us through another day or two.
you guys good, or you guys want to do anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we can't really catch anything with what these guys are doing, so we may as well go ahead and proceed.
I'm gonna check on Carlon because wasn't he almost dying last when we rescued him?
Yeah, but it's been a couple of days since then, going into like the following week there. And Carlon like gives a solid nod to you as he's walking with the rest of the caravanners.
Okay.
Right, but he's perfectly fine and safe.
Yeah, we can go ahead and just move on.
Okay, gotcha. So as another day goes by, you guys are like well rested there. You see clouds begin to come in, lightning off the distance before the soft drizzle of rain begins to pelt all of you, right? And throughout the caravan there, right? And in the distance here, as you guys are all either getting wet or trying to find some type of cover along the road, it's very miserable and wet, and it begins to get really cold. You all know that it promises to probably be an even wetter and colder night. But in the distance you find lights, and you come upon a large tavern, or a large inn rather.
This inn looks familiar.
Shelter. Does look awful familiar.
Yeah, hold on, let me go ahead and hide this stuff here.
I mean, it's a little late for that.
Yeah,
We've been here before. We're just going
it's a different one, okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I just recycled the maps because it's easier to recycle maps than to make new ones.
You know what? Who does that? They do that in Starfield. They recycle.
Hold on, let me change up my my music here. Or change up y'all's music.
Yeah.
Just feel free to listen to it. It adds to the atmosphere. Okay, sweet. So you guys come upon... Oh shit, I just closed down all my shit. That's not good.
Oh my god, it's done.
Hold on. I just closed out all my shit. I've got to open it back up.
You goofball.
Yeah, I pulled the dum-dum.
Silly.
Are we in anarchy now since God is gone?
God's gone! Anarchy!
Anarchy! No, don't do anarchy. That's not nice.
Anarchy's fun.
But yeah, you hear like laughter, and cheers coming from inside the cavern. You guys look through the window, and there's only 4 people in there, not including the innkeeper, and which you assume to probably be an assistant, probably like whipping up food as they kind of come to and fro on that table there. The rest of the caravan they're trying to make ready for throughout the rest of the night there. Lady Lul's inside her like luxurious palisade, stuff like that. What would you guys like to do though?
We're inside the tavern right now, right?
You're on
No,
the
we're
outside
outside.
of it.
Get Appa
I'm gonna
squared
go
away.
in.
Okay, Amber,
And
can
get
you go in?
food.
I am gonna see if Lady Newell would like anything from the inside.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
gotcha. So Phelan, you're gonna
Yeah,
get Appa
Phelan.
kind of situated. Sir Jijo talking to Lady Luel, and Amber, you're the one to go inside here. And Amber, as you step through the door, you catch these 4 individuals at the table, kind of like turn, to look at you before turning back to themselves and start muttering, under their breath. The innkeeper kind of raises his hands as he says, "Oh, welcome."
Thank you for your welcome. I would like some eats, please.
Dude, I can definitely feed you tonight, but I'm afraid that our accommodations have all been rented out.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to let the rest of my party know.
Gotcha. Amber, go and roll a perception check for me.
Make it a good one.
17.
With a 17. So Amber, you look around and there's no other tables that are set, all right? And there's no other luggage besides for what you assume to be maybe like just enough for these 4 individuals. Like there's nobody else in this really large inn aside for these 4. And the innkeeper just said that it's completely bought out. Right?
Mhm.
Switching over to Phelan and Sir Jijo over here. You, Phelan, to try to make a somewhat of a shelter for Appa here to kind of shelter him from all of this rain.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a survival check for me. And you, Sir Jijo, give a knock on the palisade of Lady Luel. She kind of like slides a little square little window there. And she peeks over and she says, yes, Sir Jijo.
Would you like anything from the tavern, my lady?
If you can go ahead and fetch me a nice meal, that would be most appreciative. Anything would do, just no
Wow.
meat.
Of course. I'm gonna bow and like back away slowly.
Okay, gosh.
Okay. So, Sir Jijo, are you going inside now too to try to obtain this food?
I'm gonna help Phelan with Appa first and then go get it.
Okay, I gotcha. Are you proficient with survival?
No, but I rolled a 17 already.
Okay.
Oh, 19, sorry, I rolled a 19.
Roll the 19. What was your survival roll, Phelan? 17? It didn't show up on here for me. But 17 and a 19? Yeah, so you both working together are able to make a very good shelter. Almost like a teepee going off the side of his cart that he's been riding in for this now going on to 6 weeks of journey here. So you're pretty confident that despite the weather, Appa's going to be sitting pretty comfortable throughout the night here. Right?
Alright, I am gonna go in and get the food then.
Okay. And as Sir Jijo goes in, Amber, you catch him kind of at the door. What do you guys talk about?
I told him that the inn has no spare room, but I only see these 4 and only those 4 luggages around.
Well, thank you for this information.
You hear
I
from
rolled down.
you hear from the table a couple of more like snickers and jeers. Sir Jijo, you even catch one of them say, we got even more. I hope they have fun sleeping outside in the wet and cold.
I'll ask if they would want to do it for the room.
As you say that, you catch the eye of the older human, the older gentleman that's got completely bald there. He and it gives you like a smirk crosses his face as he says, you're too young to do any duels. Why don't you grab your food and go ahead and get yourself situated in the stables?
Alright, I guess I'm just here, old man.
The innkeeper kind of looks very tense at the situation, not necessarily knowing what to do, as he looks to you, Sir Jijo, Phelan, and Amber. as like a bit of tension grows in the room.
I'm gonna tell him, don't worry, Innkeeper. It's just some friendly banter.
I don't know how much of this friendly banter is there, but please don't cause any trouble inside my tavern.
I'm gonna buy them drinks.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hell yeah. Phelan, Amber, well, what do you guys do as you see the innkeeper begin to work on drinks for these 4 individuals up here?
I'm gonna start eating my food if it's been served.
Say again?
I'm gonna start eating my food if it's been served.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Hell yeah.
I sense a fight coming, so I'm gonna like do one of those whole pop your knuckles, pop your neck bit, puff up a little bit, and get ready to
Puff up a little
swing.
bit. Okay. So after a little bit, you see like the innkeeper assistant come out with the food for you, Amber, and Phelan sets it on this table right over here. Sir Gijo, go ahead and do a persuasion or deception check for me, your choice. Phelan, go ahead and roll. Or are you trying to intimidate or persuade these individuals?
Oh no, I'm just ready to swing.
Okay, just ready to
I'm
swing.
itching for another fight. I wanna hit somebody.
Okay, so they're keeping an eye on you, but you don't see them reaching for any weapons at this point. And Amber, you are enjoying your meal that's set at the table. Sir Gijo, you have enough drinks for that 4 table and yourself.
I'm also gonna order meat for Alpha and a salad or whatever they have that's not meat. Or the late.
Gotcha. The innkeeper's assistant gives you a solid nod as they begin to work on Lady Llewellyn's meal. They tell you it'll be out in just a moment here. Give us some time. So you, Sir Gijo, as you like come over to this other group with those drinks, and set them down in front of them, the orc that's sitting over there takes a look at the drink that you settled, picks it up, and slowly begins pouring it out onto the ground as he says, "We don't take any charity. It was a kind offer, but it's not needed. Now,
So yourself.
why don't you sit over there with your fairy friend and go enjoy your little fairy meals? Us men have things to talk to."
I'm a bitch slap him.
Ooh.
Sorry, rather, Gibbs smack. Right up along the backside of the head. Don't be disrespectful. You're being offered booze.
Ooh.
How dare you? Alcohol abuse.
Oh, you
And storm away.
you smack him upside the head, and he lets out like an audible grunt. Obviously irritated. And Gorak over there stands up and turns to face you as you're on the way out the door.
No, I go sit back with my friends.
Well,
Okay. So he stands up. So what's the meaning of that?
You're being a bitch. That's the meaning of it. How dare you? You got offered free booze.
I'm gonna tell him to take a slap like a man that you said he was, and shut up and sit back now
Yeah.
while walking out.
Gotcha. He's going to attempt to try to trip you here. It's going to be a contested either your dexterity or acrobatics or athletics here for me, Sir Gijo. Let's go ahead and roll a check. It's going to be a contested check here. If you roll higher, you don't get tripped
Can
up.
I help him with that? If he fails, I can catch him
Are you proficient
and then
with
swing
athletics?
on the guy that yes, I am. And I would like to also punch the one that trips him.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. Sir Gijo, go ahead and roll again because I'm going to give you advantage from Phelan's help. And let's see what this individual would actually roll in the first place here. Okay, so we're going to stick with the 12 there because 7 is a no-go. He's going to try... Oh, he's got a +5 to athletics. And so that's a 13 and whatnot. So you, Sir Gijo, on the way out the door, begin to trip over yourself as Gorak has managed to trip you. But just before you kind of hit your face against the door on the way out, Phelan kind of grabs you by the scruff and pulls you back on onto your feet. The other guy starts laughing at the situation, and you, Phelan, rear back for a punch. Go ahead and roll a strength check and add your proficiency. So
Strength.
Yeah, it's just straight strength check and add your
And
proficiency.
then 18 plus 3? 4. Plus 3.
Oh, so 21. You sock him hard in the face right there. Sock him hard in the face. He stumbles back a few turns as the rest of the group begins to stand up. This tiefling individual even standing up on the table. The innkeeper quickly puts up his hands. He's like, please, no, don't fight in my tavern. I can't take any damages.
You heard the man. Get outside.
Ooh, as you say that, Elmo over here begins to laugh. He's like, I'll take this one, boys. Gorak, you get that elf.
Nah, it's between you and me, correct.
You, Amber, catch that older gentleman come back over to this table here. As he reaches out for your bowl of food here. What do you do?
I take my dagger and I stab his hand.
I love it. It's there's gonna be a contested check here. Either roll for athletics or acrobatics. Your choice. Well, now I'm gonna see if he's able to pull his hand out of the way fast enough, and he's going to choose to do athletics. So he rolled a 19.
17.
Ooh, so your dagger hits the table probably a mere centimeters from from a couple of his fingers there, aiming to take off a few.
I warn him not to her food. She's very protective over it.
He lets out a little smirk as he says, we'll take this outside, all right. We'll have you guys sleeping in the mud throughout the night. Sir Jijo, what do you do? Seeing all this, hearing all this?
I'm just gonna tell him let's take it outside.
Okay. So
We'll go outside because
you guys position yourselves where you think you would be in this situation here. As everybody begins to slowly make their way outside, except for perhaps Amber, who's sitting there enjoying her meal.
I'm gonna finish my food.
I'm gonna give her her food.
Okay.
I didn't take a fight. I didn't interact. I just sat down and I enjoyed my food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Alright.
So
I'm gonna give her her food real quick while we line up right here.
Okay, so you, Sir Jijo, managed to deliver Lady Luelle her food.
Adrian!
She accepts it gratefully before sticking out her head as she says,
Who are those 4 individuals there? What's going on, Sir Jijo? What's going on, Phelan? They look angry.
Well, they should be. They're a bunch of thugs.
They're just a rude group. Tried offering them drinks and they tried to me with their food.
Well,
While I was delivering the food.
well, perhaps instead of shedding blood here, have you tried talking to these individuals? I mean, even barbarians can be calmed down with the right choice of words.
We'll try right now before we fight.
We tried. Now they're just being disrespectful, throwing away free booze. Who does that?
Well, be sure not to kill them. And try to knock them out, if anything.
Yeah,
We don't want to make too much trouble for these nice innkeepers here. And perhaps with them being knocked out, we can even open up a couple of these rooms for the other caravanners.
Precisely. My thoughts exactly.
all right. You, Amber, begin to hear arguing outside as you're nearing the completion of your food here, which was a pretty nice, a beef stew.
Like, can I ask the innkeeper why they say they're booked, but I only see 4 guests? Since nobody else is inside.
The innkeeper turns to you, Amber, as he says, those 4 individuals there, they bought out the entire tavern. At least for the rooms, I've got no idea why. They might have gotten word that a large caravan was coming through, and they wanted to play a joke on them, perhaps. I mean, the weather's been getting bad here for the last couple of days. I don't know what their issue was, but they paid me well. But perhaps they just wanted to be Not necessarily criminals, but assholes. You run into those types every now and again.
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for taking it outside instead of wrecking my tavern. If you do manage to be rid us, but not kill, of course, but be rid of us of these individuals, perhaps we can open up a couple of rooms, and I can keep the
That'd be
coin.
nice.
Absolutely.
That sounds good to me.
Hmm.
Thank you for the food.
I'll go help my assistant prepare more food for the rest of your troop there. I can see you guys might be very busy here in a moment.
Probably thanks to a certain Mr. Jujo, but
Nah, you can blame me. It's okay.
Okay, so
I take full fault.
so the innkeeper goes into the kitchen with the assistant there. You see like Appa kind of hearing the commotion, kind of like creep in from behind and stands behind you, Phelan, and you, Sir Gijo. Top hat still in place. It's a little bit saggy from the weather there, but he lets out a low growl out of a who. Right. Gorak turns to you, kind of like drawing his blade, pointing it at you, Phelan, and Sir Gigio, as he says, "You guys can back off now, or you can get a beating."
Now I take my sword and swing.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Let's see who's going to be faster.
I'm still controlling Appa, right?
that is your pet.
Yeah, Appa's mine.
Yeah, you have control of Appa here. Boop, boop. Did you
Ow.
12 from Sir Gijo?
Does she even need a roll initiative? She's inside eating.
What's up?
I finished your food.
Oh.
Okay, gotcha. So you guys got some really good rolls there. You are all going up before the enemies here. You do realize that these guys are not looking to like go lethal and try to kill, probably just to knock you guys out. So they can kind of throw you out into the wet mud there for the night, kind of be along their way. Okay. But of course, you guys can choose to do whatever the hell you want. Amber, you are first with Sir Gijo on deck.
I'm looking at.
Wait, so are we? The quarter stuff, that's like blunt, right?
What's up? What about the quarterstaff?
It's a blunt weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, it does bludgeoning damage. But feel free to cast your spells.
I'm gonna try and cast Old Person.
Okay, hell yeah. Which one are you targeting?
The one that tried to get my food.
Okay, that's gonna be Thalric there. It is a wisdom save, I believe.
Yes,
What level are you casting it at?
at level 2.
At level 2? Okay, sweet.
What?
So that's the base one. So DC 15 wisdom save. Let's see if he makes it or see if he resists it. Oh, let me change my rolls to everyone here. He rolled a 5. Okay, cool. So he is now paralyzed.
You mean held?
No, paralyzed. Like that's what.
Oh, it's paralyzed.
That's what hold person does.
And is that that's all I can do is basically just hold them, right?
Yeah, so he's got the paralyzed condition, so he can't move, take actions, can't take reactions, and any melee attacks against him will be a critical hit, right? As you cast that hold person spell. But you can still move, and if you have any applicable bonus actions, you can do that as well.
Help?
I think that's it for my turn, and I'll tell him for now I'm fucked with my food.
Okay, hell yeah. So next on deck, so you, Sir Gijo, are watching these four. You're clutching your blade before the older gentleman that insulted you freezes up as like spectral chains reach out from the ground, locking him in place, paralyzing him. It's your go with Phelan on deck.
I am. You know what? Can I like use my bow to try to disarm him?
You can go ahead and like attack. That's perfectly fine. Just once they get to like 0 HP, I'll just ask you if you're trying to knock out or to actually kill. Okay. But
Alright, well, I'm gonna.
But to answer your question of can you shoot your arrow to try to just disarm them, I'm gonna say no, because that's particular like features and abilities of either a different class or a feature that you can actually pick up once you're at the appropriate level.
Oh, okay, I see. Alright, well, I'm gonna go up to Gorak.
Okay.
And I am gonna cast my Hunter's Mark.
Okay, badass.
And then I will attack him with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
19 hits.
Yeah, 19 hits.
5. And then. For 10.
Nice. Anything else that you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a miss. I think that one might end your turn, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. It's Appa's go.
I'm gonna have Appa attack the beast person creature.
Okay.
I tiefling. Racist.
You have to do like the custom roll on your left side there, and I think it's +8 right now. So just do a custom d20 +8, and then your damages for Appa's beaks and claws are at the bottom of your character sheet there, on your attack options.
Yeah, that's him. So that's 12.
That's
Miss.
12. That's gonna miss.
This one hits.
Yeah, that one hits.
Bob up. 8.
So 8 points of damage. And I think that should be it for Appa's turn.
Mhm.
Gotcha. So you, Phelan, watch as Sir Jijo cracks Gorak once good across the cheek with his quarterstaff before pointing Appa to sick him onto Zariel there, who lands a good claw attack, kind of ringing across his splint mail there. It's your go with the enemies on deck.
Baller. Bonus action, Giant Smite.
Okay.
I'm gonna go after this one because he is
Paralyzed, so attack at advantage, and your hits will be crits.
automatically.
For damage if you hit. So yep. So 21 hits.
Okay. Beautiful.
His AC still counts or no?
Yep. His AC still counts.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You can still miss him, but if you miss him, it crits.
No, if you hit him, it crits. But yes, sweet. 18 points on the first one.
Oh yeah, sorry, I did say that backwards, didn't I? And I get 2. Wait, what does Giant Smite do again?
It adds 1d6 per turn on an attack, I believe. So you'll be rolling 2d6 because that would also crit.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and roll that. And then roll my next
so
one.
6.
Still at advantage?
Yep, still at advantage, but you don't get your Giant Smite extra damage on this one.
Okay, but the damage does it still
But
crit?
it still crits, correct. As he's bloodied.
Beautiful.
Nice. He's on his last legs there.
Already?
And that was actually everything that I can do, but I don't think I have that yet, actually, do I? No, I do. Action surge.
Okay.
I'm gonna move right here so that I can smack Gorak.
You're smacking Gorak twice? Or going
Yes.
for Thalaric at all?
I don't want to kill him. It's pizza. And this still adds D6. No, only once.
Yep, only once.
Okay. But I can still smack it twice. That one misses. Okay. Oh, I'm satisfied.
Okay, gotcha. It is the enemies go with Amber on deck as they all watch Phelan run towards the Thalric here that's frozen before you land such good hits that he begins coughing up blood as he's still restrained there. Gorak kind of takes one good hit from you before locking eyes with you. He lets out a growl. He says, "I'll get you." A over here is going to focus on Appa as he shouts, "I'll handle this one. I'll handle this beast." He's going to make 2 longswords attacks against Appa. One's going to be for a 22, which would hit. The second for a 23, which would hit. As Appa is going to take a total of 11 points of damage here from the 2 swings of his longsword here. B is going to make 1 swipe at you, Phelan, and 1 swipe at you, Sir Jijo. The first for a 24 on you, Phelan. The second for a natural 20 onto you, Sir Jijo. So, Phelan, you're going to take 10 points of slashing damage here, as you, Sir Jijo, take 17 points of slashing damage here against you. That's going to end his turn. C, I need to see if he makes a save at the end of his turn on hold person, or if he doesn't make a save. It repeats its save at the end of each of its turns. So he's got to make a DC 15 wisdom save in order to break out. And he is still paralyzed there. Or rather, D is still paralyzed. C, on the other hand, is going to rush you, Amber, and make 2 longswords attack against you. Right? The first is going to be for a 20. And the second is going to be for a 17 here. So you're going to feel like the blunt end of like the longsword come against you for 7 points of slashing damage and 5 points of slashing damage on top of that for those 2 strikes that hits. Okay? It is,
points.
that is 11 points total that you take. Right? So Amber, it's now your go as you see these enemies do a flurry of blows against all of your crew. With Sir Jijo on deck.
For the one that just hit me, I am going to reduce on him and make them small.
Okay.
I like making people small.
So quick thing on concentration spells actually, right? So hold person is
I
a
can only do one.
Yeah, so if you cast Enlarge Reduce, you're casting a different concentration spell, so your hold person would drop, since you're right now focusing on that, right? But since you did take 2 separate points of damage there, I do need you to make 2 DC 10 Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration on your spell for me in the first place. Okay? And this is from the damage that Elmo did to you, right? So first is a save. You got to roll another one above 10.
He's good.
Hey.
Okay, gotcha. So you still focus on your spell. Continue with your turn, please.
Well, Steve's basically almost KO'd, right?
He is.
And then I'm assuming Phelan will just kind of take him out with the next blow. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna throw fire at the one that hit me. Firebolt.
Firebolt at the one that hit you? Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
So because he's within 5 feet of you, you will have to make the attack at disadvantage because he's too close for your ranged spell attack. Right?
You're still good.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Alright, we're dealing with baby as well. 19.
Dang. So 19 points of damage as he has become bloodied there.
Almost max damage. Good job.
Anything else that you do, Amber?
Can I ask him a question?
Sure can.
Can I ask, see if they were just being assholes, or is there a reason they rented all the rooms?
We like to cause distress to individuals like yourselves. It's a running joke that we have. As he kind of like spits out some blood from like that firebolt that he took to the chest. You can seem like he's enjoying this little bout.
Can I punch him in the face, or is that an extra thing?
On your next turn, you'll have enough time to.
Okay.
Okay.
That ends it.
Sweet. So, Sergijo, you feel the burst of heat coming from your left as Amber unleashes this firebolt, damaging Elmo, bloodying him. It's your go, and Appa's, followed by Phelan.
I'm gonna go against Gorak again.
Okay.
Or not. Okay.
Hey,
Second
Before
one.
I hit him, I'm gonna ask him, since I overheard Amber ask him, if he wants to end this already, or he wants to get knocked out.
I'll end this with your face in the dirt, as he replies.
oh, you can go to
Nice.
bed early anyway,
That
since you've
one
had such a bad day today.
and 6 points. Nice.
I can go to bed early.
So Gorak is bloodied right now.
Alright, so that ends my turn.
Okay, gotcha.
And
It's
then I'm
Appa's
gonna
go.
have Appa rush in and knock out freaking Gorak in distance.
Uh, 7 plus 8
15.
would be 15, so that would miss. And that one's gonna miss as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
Gotcha. So Phelan, you watch as Sergijo cracks Gorak on the face with his quarterstaff. Gorak kind of spits out a tooth, but laughs at the amount of damage that it did. Before you see Appa kind of swing twice at Zariel, who managed to kind of just dodge back with perfect dodges. It's your go with the bad guys on deck.
I'm gonna slash a Gorak. That hits. That also hits. Is he done yet?
7 and 9, almost. Right, you can land 2 good blows. He's kind of like doubled over right now.
Oh wait, I get my giant's might.
You do. And a 1d6.
Next one.
Sweet. And how do you do it? Either I imagine you're trying to knock him out, or you're trying to like end him.
I'm gonna grab the back of his head and shove it in the dirt.
As he is knocked out unconscious.
I'm gonna look at the other ones and see if they want to continue. She wants to give you a kiss too. Night.
You catch Zariel and Elmo give you scowls, Phelan, as they're becoming even angrier that you knocked out Gorak here.
Good. I still have a bonus action. I'm gonna smack it with what's his face here.
Okay. If it hits, it's going to be a crit. Remember, you're attacking at advantage.
Oh, that's great. It would be just
sweet.
be a flat 10.
So 10 points there. Sweet.
Yeah.
So your shield slams into his face over here, and you see his eyes turn white as he's knocked unconscious. He falls to the ground.
I'm gonna ask him again. Are y'all done? You ready to go lick your wounds?
Go ahead and roll an either a persuasion or intimidation. Your choice here.
Where the heck is my? I have a -1 in both. Either way. I'll take that 15.
A 15. Let's see. Let's roll a straight wisdom. Elmo looks at you and he says, "I'm gonna come after you after I take out this fairy here."
Cool. I still have some movement left. I'm gonna zink in behind him and say, "You sure about that?" And end my turn.
Okay, gotcha. It's now the enemies go as they just watch 2 of their compatriots go down. Zerial here is going to realize that Appa is a little bit too big for him. So while staying within reach, he's going to close with you, Sir Gijal, and with his long sword on the flat end is going to come at you. First one's for a 21, second one for a 12, which you're just able to dodge and get out of the way. But the back of his sword kind of hits your back for 9 points of damage there. That's going to end his turn. Elmo over here is going to make one swing at you, Phelan, and another swing at you, Amber. Both a single time. First is a nat 1, which you parry perfectly. The second for a 10, which you, Amber, managed to just dodge out of the way of. It's his turn. Amber, it's now your go with Sir Gijo on deck.
So I'm no longer casting whole person because he's down, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna freeze fucking Elmo here, because fuck you.
You're going to cast another hold person?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So he is going to roll a wisdom save. He rolled a 19. So as you cast hold person, he's going to be able to resist. Okay.
Oh wait, can I use this against? Of you hits. No, never mind. I can't. Damn. It's an attack.
Anything else that you'd like to do, Amber?
I think Gijo would like this to stop happening.
That's cute.
He's just flinging himself backwards.
I'm gonna. Can I throw another fireball at them?
So you use your action to cast hold person unless you choose to use your quicken spell ability, which would open up your action again. You would just spend 2 sorcery points, right? So you still have. So is that something you'd like to do?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So you casted. So now because you burned 2 sorcery points, you casted hold person as a bonus action. So now you have your action to go ahead and cast your firebolt. It'll just be at disadvantage because he's within 5 feet of you. Oh, and that 11, your firebolt will just go wide.
Damn. I guess my turn is done.
Okay, Sir Gijo, you watch as the firebolt goes wide, kind of sails off into the distance. It's your go with Phelan on deck.
I'm gonna yell, I think you missed.
Fuck off. Just fast.
Is, A facing me or up?
He's between you guys.
Yeah, okay. He's marked too. I meant to move my mark on him.
I got you. Bonus action Hunter's Mark. Got it.
So I hit him once.
Oh, and I think you still have Colossus Slayer as like that ability thing still there, right? So you should be able to do 1d8 extra damage once on your turn.
So 1d8?
Yeah, 1d8 extra.
Yeah.
That's 7.
14 in the total.
7. Ooh, that's good points of damage there as he's been bloodied.
Adrian.
I'm asking he's ready to get knocked out by an owlbear.
Oh, he's like, not before I knock you out, elf.
17?
So 17 would hit, the 7 would miss.
What 7? No, the 7 was my damage roll.
Damage, yeah, go and roll your other. Yep.
No, go to bed.
Yeah, no.
I need one.
Good night.
Night.
9.
9 points. He's hurting pretty bad as Appa manages to kind of snap onto his back, kind of picking up him by the scruff.
And 10.
Okay, gotcha. Phelan, you see that these two are hurt pretty bad here. It's your go. Phelan.
Sorry, Boulder's Gate stuff. It was funny. Anyway, smacking him. I can click the
Smack
right
who?
button.
Elmo there. Which, sorry, you guys should be attacking at advantage because of the flank. My bad.
Oh.
Same thing. That was, you should have been rolling a flat roll, Amber, from previously, but I'll remember that from last time.
Okay, so that one hits.
Mhm.
So I'll do that one, and then one more. That also hits. Beautiful.
Sure.
Is he done yet?
So that's 23. Yeah.
He's done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna smack his face into the dirt too.
And he begins, like, kind of snoring in mud.
Your turn! Or are you ready to call it quits?
He turns to look at the snoring bodies of his compatriots there, as he drops his sword and kind of puts his hands up.
Smart man.
I still want to knock him out.
Why are you so goddamn conservative?
You certainly can. So he drops his sword, hands up. Phelan, what do you do?
I mean, I can't. Woo!
He was part
He's
of the
not
group.
bloody or
that
anything
first
yet, is he?
picked
Say again?
us. He's bloody.
One more time?
Is he bloody?
Yeah, he's
Do we have
hurt.
flanking rules here? I don't think I have the advantage.
He says, hey, enough is enough here. Hell, if you help me put my compatriots in one of these mini rooms here, I'll even give you a fancy helm. What do you all say?
What is a fancy home? Show us his fancy home. You speaking?
Why don't you just let us use the rest of the rooms you guys bought for no goddamn?
We thought it would be funny to watch you guys sleep outside in the wet rain.
Yeah, that's
At
not
the
funny,
cost
my
of all
guy.
that gold?
Was it worth it?
Yeah, completely.
This fight was worth all that? Y'all are dumb. I'm gonna drag him by his ear inside.
Okay,
Shove him in a chair.
gotcha. So you all watch Phelan take Zariel inside over here. We're kind of doing like an out of combat thing here, so everybody's feel free to move as you so will. Okay, so Gijo, your hunter's mark's still on there. Appa's kind of standing onto its hind legs, wondering what the hell just happened here.
I'm gonna feed off of the bowl of meat that I got him earlier.
Okay, Appa eats the meat, and Phelan, you're doing what?
I'm gonna grab these two by their ankles and drag them inside.
Okay.
And then take this
Hold on,
one and do the same thing.
leave Gorak out here for me.
Okay.
Yeah, they are snoring on the floor of the inn.
I am gonna build like a mini cover for Gorak and leave him laying out here.
They're gonna just leave Gorak outside?
I'm gonna build like a little tent over him and just leave him up there on the floor.
Gotcha. Zerial watches you, Phelan, as you bring two of his compatriots in. Before he turns, he's just like, what about Gorak out there? It seems your friend's doing something to him out there.
Oh yeah, he's making the tent so that he can sleep outside.
That wasn't,
Now pick a room.
that wasn't a part of the deal.
There was no deal. Pick a room.
He chooses to ignore you. As you see him begin to walk past you outside.
I grab him by the horn and drag him back in.
He gets drugged back in. As he says,
And scold
fine,
him.
fine. You, Sir Gijo, go and roll the survival check to see how well you're able to kind of make a little makeshift shelter here for Gorak.
Okay, hold on.
I hope it's shitty. Ow! That hurt a little bit.
I'm gonna build a pretty.
So you make a pretty good shelter. You know that he won't get like hypothermic probably throughout the night. Amber, you see all of this going on. Anything that you do?
And clean myself off and go with it. Innkeepers know that we'll be using the rest of those rooms for our travelers.
Okay. Gotcha. So you go back to inform Lady Luau of the rooms that are opening up now, and the innkeepers are very much obliged. All right.
The room's already paid for, so do we have to pay again?
No.
Beautiful.
You guys do
No,
not.
they get-
These other adventurers took care of all that for you. Whatnot. No, they're getting slept, right? As Zariel does come back out with a fancy-looking helmet, for the group here, right? And a couple of potions for you guys as well. Because I'll actually post this in the little group chat, and then I'll say it out. Not group chat, but the Tyranny of the Dragons Discord chat here of what you guys get. Let's change up the music here. Yeah. Let me change up the music again here.
Potion of water breathing.
Yeah, you can breathe underwater for a little bit. And then a helm of telepathy going to you, Amber, there. And a 1 potion of greater healing. And everybody gets 70 gold each as you kind of rummage through the pockets of these individuals.
That feels shady.
Or
I don't think I like that.
Or the innkeeper hands you 70 gold each. If you don't want to rummage through the pockets, but 70 gold each for this encounter.
I mean, why are we taking gold? Especially from the innkeeper. We should be giving him more money.
Because I rolled for it.
It's just move
I'm going
it
to politely
along.
decline.
Okay, do not add 70 gold, Balin.
It
Amber,
feels
Sergio,
wrong.
you guys can add 70 gold if you so choose.
I'm gonna give some to the innkeeper and ask for another plate of food.
I will also ask for a plate of food.
You ask for another plate of food, sweet. So, you watch as the innkeeper and the assistant come out with like a platter of food there, sets them up on the table. See, Lady Luau comes in, Carlon comes in, and you see in the window the image of Eldrin. He obviously appearing as a deer and not as a person.
Ooh, can I get him a plate of like vegetables and stuff, leafy green stuff that he'd like?
Yeah, of course, you certainly can.
Bring that over to him.
So the
Make sure the cops can feed our group.
So the assistant goes and grabs you what you need. The innkeepers look at you, Phelan, in particular, with the raised eyebrows. They catch you feeding this majestic-looking deer. You catch the eye of Zariel here, who's finished getting his guys situated. Also taking very keen interest in Eldrin.
I'm gonna tell him
Now,
to leave my deer alone.
You guys let me know. Shit. You guys let me know when you're ready to take a long rest here to kind of heal up and continue on to the next day here. But you guys let me know when to do that. But but Zero kind of like fucks off to himself inside his room there. Eldrin's very happy about the plate of leafy foods.
Oh, you're calling.
I'm gonna step outside real quick and just have. Can Appa understand me?
Very basic instructions probably, but you would need Sir Gijo speak with animals translation to kind of go on a full-blown conversation. What would you try to say?
Can I just use like general gestures to like
Go and roll the animal handling check for me.
Eldrin?
Yeah.
I have shitty animal handling. It's a
Yeah. So you point at Eldrin. You point at Eldrin. You point at Appa. He looks at you, gives you a pretty solid hoo-hoo, right? As if he's understanding. As Eldrin kind of trots right over.
I'm gonna give him a little ruffle on the top of his head, gently, like positive kind of reinforcement.
Positive reinforcement. He kind of gives you a solid nod, a little bit confused maybe at why he just got petted, but he situates himself right next to Appa.
Excellent. Thank you, Appa.
And you know that he's probably going to be safe throughout the night because of your decision.
Hey. Okay, satisfied now. I'm fine to move on now.
Same.
So the rest of your guys' night goes by uneventful. You still hear snoring in the rooms of these other individuals. More of the Canaverniers come in, grab some meals, and get themselves situated. And you all get a very nice, restful sleep out of the rain.
Hey.
Hey,
All right.
We're being attacked by two.
we literally have both boys on our shoulders.
Yes.
Oh God.
The attack of the babies. The attack of the babies.
Don't get
I
yourself
can't
hurt,
see anything.
If you guys need a moment, just let us know. Okay. Actually, now would be time for a perfect, nice little like 5-minute breaker. Are you switching any of that stuff?
Hold on, I got you what Colossal Slayer is again.
Colossal Slayer is the one where you do 1d8 extra damage. Horde Breaker is the one where
I remember Horde Breaker.
yeah, you attack again if something's within 5 feet.
No, I'll save it.
All right, cool. So continuing on here, you guys get a pretty restful sleep throughout the night. You wake up to a very nice breakfast. I know.
Okay.
So you guys wake up to a very nice breakfast here. There's like bacon, egg, sausage. You're at nearing the end of your meal here before the caravan was scheduled to kind of depart. All right. When you hear a blood-curdling scream come from outside, almost like oh my god, and you hear there's been a murder. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna run outside.
Okay, Phelan heads outside.
Mitchell.
I'm gonna scarf down the rest of my food and then fly overhead.
And you fly overhead, right? And as you come outside, you come to a scene of a murder. Hold on.
It was the butler in the kitchen with the knife.
Go to the bathroom.
Okay, go try to poop.
Okay. So you come upon a scene of one of your suspected cultists has been run through, and he's got like a very large sword wound in the gut. Very much dead. Right? There's a bunch of the other commoners and caravanners kind of like wondering what's going on there. And as you all approach, one of the suspected cultists that you guys think is one points to each of you as he says, "You guys are the murderers here." The cultist points to you, Phelan, says,
I'm gonna do this number.
No. Yes, you three. The one they call Phelan, Amber, and Sir Gijo. Everybody saw the ruckus that you caused last night. Of course, these violent individuals will be the one to murder an innocent.
They're not dead.
No, the one in front of you is dead.
No, the guys we fought last night aren't dead. They enjoyed the fight.
We saved a defenseless animal from you guys. Stop snicking
Not
it.
from us. We haven't done anything. But somebody murdered our friend and compatriot. Right? You
Pretty
hear
quick to accuse somebody.
You are very quick to accuse. I want to investigate the body, see if I can figure out how he was killed.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. Or rather, a medicine check. Go ahead.
I'm gonna check the one accusing of his sword.
Damn.
You're gonna do what about his sword?
I'm gonna check his weapon.
Oh, so the cultist that's it's accusing of you guys is just in regular traveler's clothes, and there's no weapons on them. They very much have been traveling incognito throughout this entire journey. But with a 4, you, Phelan, know that he's been run through with a sword. You're just not sure of what type of sword to make out.
Any sign of a scuffle that I can see?
No. There's no signs of a scuffle that you can see. As if somebody probably snuck up on him. Right?
Okay, so checking his
there's the wagons still kind of line the road there, including the ones that you've marked. Obviously belonging to the cultists. And as you continue your examination, the one that accuses you all perps up once again. That one there, he has a short sword. It could match the wound. I say we put his sword to the wound to see if there's a match. As he points to you, Sir Gijo, accusing you of murdering.
I'm gonna show him the sword.
Okay, I'll pull mine out too. Here you go. Let's compare. Not giving it to him. Not giving my hands away from my sword.
Gotcha.
For clarity.
Yeah, no worries. So the other commodores are kind of taken aback. They're wondering what the hell's going on. Jamna including, kind of like watching the scene unfold here. The suspect, or the cultist suspect, says to you all, watch as these two put their swords to this wound, and watch which one matches. It'll be a perfect fit, and we'll know that one's the murderer.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you know for details about this apparently.
So, the caravanners are looking at all of you. Do you choose to put your sword to the wound, or do you not to, or choose not to?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Phelan, you put your long sword towards the wound's complete mismatch. Yours is a little bit too thin. And as the cultist sees this, he says, that might prove this one's innocence. But what about your other two friends there? I know you
I
guys
don't
have...
think I have a sword.
You don't, Amber.
Yeah.
Right? The cultist kind of locks eyes with you, Sir Jijo. As if in anticipation.
Thank
you.
I'll put it up here.
Okay, gotcha. So you, Sir Jijo, bring out your short sword. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me as you put it close to the wound. Everybody's watching you, eyes on you. 13. Sweet. So your short sword essentially matches the wound pattern, but you also know that short swords are pretty like a dime a dozen, right? And the typical sizes are pretty standard, right? So just because it matches doesn't mean that you were the one to commit it, right? But as the cultist sees this, he says, I told you, his short sword matches the wound. This one here, Sir Jijo, he's the murderer.
I'm gonna pipe up with the whole short swords are a dime a dozen. Just because it matches doesn't mean that he's the one that did it, but it is clear that he was killed with a short sword. So who all else has a short sword?
Sweet. As you look up and down, you see a couple of the other guards, and like other protectors of this caravan. They have their own, like, their weapons and tail, spears, long swords, a couple of short swords that you see every now and then. Before you hear that gnome speak up from behind as she says,
yeah, whoa, what was he doing out here in the first place? Was he protecting something? Why don't you show us what you have in the back of your cart that probably got him murdered?
Right? And as her voice kind of rings out throughout the crowd, as she mentions the cultist cart and doing an inspection, he seems to shrink back a bit. How do you guys capitalize on this?
I feel that's an excellent suggestion.
I'm just gonna go.
Do it. Show us your item. What are you hiding?
Show us the goods.
Like, and Sir Jijo, you were saying, as you
I'm just gonna walk towards him with his permission.
say again.
I'm gonna walk towards it without his permission.
Okay, gotcha. So as everybody begins to kind of either like verbally encroach onto like this wagon or approach it physically, the cultists kind of like back up a bit before they say, where is it? Oh my god, I can't find it.
Anarchy! Silver cart.
Anarchy! Okay, gotcha. Sweet. As the cultists kind of like back up a bit, the one that was kind of accusing you all says, The gods will punish whoever the guilty party is, and life will go on. But no, you're not looking inside our goods. It's protected,
Why?
like everybody else's stuff here.
Nobody else is trying to hide their stuff other than you.
Everybody has a personal reason. Or a business-related reason, and our business is none of yours.
You made it
Yeah, your
ours when we
business got
refused
him
it.
killed.
As you say that, you see one of like the cultists kind of like come over and start dragging the corpse of their compatriot, probably perhaps to like bury them before they set off. But they very much distinctly has dropped the accusations on all of you. So Jijo, you're continuing to approach this carriage here. This cultist says, "Stop! Don't come any closer to our goods."
What?
Hmm.
And say, are you gonna murder me like you murdered your friend here?
I did no such thing, but I'll remember you. Come on, boys. As you see the cultist kind of like hops onto like their little carriage thing and kind of starts whipping their horses to pull their carts forward.
Tools.
A couple of their cultists, or what you suspect to be cultists, kind of like lay back a little bit to begin digging a grave for the one that was murdered.
I'm gonna help.
Ooh, you come over to approach these guys, Sir Jijo, and attempt to help, and they are giving you knives for eyes.
Daggers.
Yeah, you taking daggers for eyes,
Staring
staring daggers
daggers.
at you. He's like, we don't need your help. We still think that you did this. We just don't have a way to prove it.
Can I persuade them?
Yeah, go ahead and roll either persuasion or deception. Your choice. It's going to be a pretty high DC.
Ooh!
21. That's a nat 22.
Yeah.
And 21. So these guys
21.
don't get outwardly, like, overtly aggressive with
No,
you.
no.
You see them kind of, like, clench their fists. Like, one of them you think was about to take a swing at you out of anger. Before your words settle upon them, and you see his fist unclench. As he says, no, we don't need any of your help. But we are going to allow you to get out of here as we tend to our own business. Right? So you definitely know these guys are not going to choose to fight you outright.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a feeling that they definitely do not want you assisting with them burying their compatriot.
I'll walk away.
I'd like to make a mental note of each of their current
Faces.
their looks. Yeah, faces, hair,
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah,
like,
go
whole nine.
ahead and make a note that like in your notes that you three will have advantage on identifying your cult suspects. Like if you were to encounter them again, which you very well might, right? Like you guys have advantage on checks to remember cultists' faces here. Okay? To be able to pick them out in a crowd. You see some of the other caravan guards come up, begin like pushing and like kind of motioning for others to get back onto their carts, to get their things ready, as this nasty business has essentially been concluded with no one person being persecuted because the gods will be their own judge. Jamna approaches you three here, as she opens up with, one of you guys didn't murder that one, right?
Certainly would have liked to be the one, but no.
We have no reason.
Well, that's
Not
good.
yet, anyway.
I don't
We'll only do
suspect.
it in defense.
I suspect those ones are up to no good. My name's Jamna Gleamsilver. I know it's off.
Okay.
Yeah. But thank you, love. I'll turn it on for your guys' entertainment.
Oh, jeez.
My name is Jamna Gleamsilver, and I've heard tales of you three.
What else?
Oh, Lord. Good or bad?
Well, good. For the last couple of weeks, it seems like you three have been protecting this caravan here pretty successfully. I think that's outstanding.
Well, she's at least got some of the better parts.
Let's talk more over dinner tonight. I'll come find you guys.
Cool.
I might have some interesting things that we can share, information-wise.
As long as you let me help cook dinner.
I dig it.
Sweet. You, Sir Joe, do know a couple of the cooks like throughout the caravan there, and you're more than welcome to help prepare the dinner. Right? But anything else that you guys like to do in the interim as you hear like the caravan carts begin to like pull off?
I'm gonna check on D4 over here.
You catch them kind of stirring a little bit from all that ruckus. Battered and bruised, black eyes and missing teeth. They look at you, Sir Gijo. What do you say? They're all
on the loot right here.
okay.
Can grab my drinks for them.
Okay, gotcha. Sweet. And as you grab the drinks from the innkeepers and you approach, begin to slowly trickle out in their like regular garments and things of that nature, right? As you hand them all their drinks and they take it gratefully with a pretty solid head nod. Even Gorak, the one that kind of poured it down onto the floor, accepts it. Almost gives you like a nod of solid respect.
I would also like to just peek in on that.
I'm gonna just nod and then walk back out.
Okay. And you, Phelan, they give you a pretty solid nod. You, Amber, see like Zariel over there kind of like giving like almost like a half wave there, as if wishing you all good travels.
I just
Give me a
walked by.
solid
What?
She just walked by.
I just walked by. I don't acknowledge it. I'm over their bullshit.
Okay, and you guys let me know when you're ready to essentially quote unquote like kind of take another rest to the evening time here.
Mm-hmm.
Addressing these four hooligans once more for the last time. Jesus.
Oh, you know what?
No, Braylon came back downstairs.
Okay.
She's being a butt. She's complaining that her stomach hurts, but nothing's going on. I gave her a thing of Tums, and she's just being whiny now, but it's fine. Do me a solid, gentlemen. Don't pull this stunt again. You never know if you're going to run into the wrong group who can actually beat your ass.
Gorak turns to you, Phelan.
But we tend to run into good fights like we did tonight. We went easy on you guys.
If you win easy,
Is that why you put them in dirt?
You can easily tell with like your passive insight. Same thing for you, Amber. These guys are probably speaking out of their ass here on this one. But they give you all a pretty solid nod. The bout was fun for them, save for the bruises and missing teeth.
Let's have another one next time. No swords, fists only.
I think we can go ahead and settle that. If you ever make your way to Waterdeep, you can find us there. We're part of the Adventurers Guild up there.
I'll bet we're actually on our way up there, so we'll stop by. See y'all there. And I'm gonna walk out.
Okay.
I'm gonna come out here and cast Speak to Animals.
Okay. Can't speak to animals. Appa
I'm gonna ask these
looks
three if they saw anything about the murder.
Oh, gotcha. Appa turns to you.
I did not see anything. I don't think our draft horse friend saw anything either. Who?
What about any sense?
Scents? There's plenty of scents. I smell food. Food inside this building here. Lots of interesting scents.
What about Eldrin?
Eldrin there, looks at you, Sir Jijo. And he also kind of reports, like, they didn't see anything in particular, mostly because they were, like, relatively sheltered throughout the night and had, like, a pretty good sleep. Okay. So you can probably suspect this murder probably happened in, like, in the very early hours of the morning. Like, very early, like maybe 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning or so.
Alright. That's it.
Okay. You good?
Are we just staying here for a bit more? Or?
Oh no, you guys can go ahead and progress, right? Let me change this. Okay, cool. So you guys continue on to your travel for that day, and it eventually becomes evening. You guys are settling down for your evening meal. The menu for today is just going to be a bowl of not necessarily gruel, but it's definitely on the bottom end of your guys's, like, the caravan's rations here, as you're probably approaching like the week 6 or so of your journey, right? So you guys are all situated around like one of the this makeshift campfire of you, Sir Jijo, you, Phelan, and you, Amber, along with Carlon there. Eldrin Appa kind of situated in the back, right? When you catch, before you guys put like spoons to bowls, Janma is kind of coming up to you guys. And she takes a seat next to and in between Sir Jijo and Amber.
Hello.
What up?
She says,
I think I know why that individual was murdered last night. It appears to be that those guys over there, they've got a whole bunch of treasure in the back of their caravans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're going or where it leads to, but murdering over that much money, I can see it.
I'm asking her how she knows that information.
I got a peek a couple of days ago. Right? We hit a pretty rough bump there, and one of the lids popped. I caught a little glimpse inside. You guys look relatively shady. You interested in a little heist?
I'm a whisper and ask if it was her who did it.
She looks at you. She says,
Did what?
If she murdered the guard.
Of course not. A little old me?
okay. And she says that. Go and roll an insight check, Sir Jijo. As she reaches out her hand, in particular for one of your group's bowls. All right. Seven. You're not able to get a good read on her, but you don't catch any like weird twitches on her face. So like she's not like overtly telling any lies, but she's a pretty hard read. But she does hold out a hand, kind of in between you, Sir Jijo, Amber, and Phelan. And she says,
Before you guys go through having such a nice dinner here, I might want to save you some trouble. Pass me one of your bowls.
I'll pass it.
Gotcha. So as you pass over the bowl, you see her kind of take out a pretty small, relatively small dagger. And as she puts it into your oatmeal, the gnome like lifts it out after like mixing it for a while and shows you all you three like an oatmeal smeared object resembling a tiny bead, right? She glances over her shoulder toward where the cultists normally like sit to eat their evening. And she says in a whisper between you three,
it's a sliver of bone curled into a circle so you can swallow it in a mouthful of gruel without noticing. Once eaten, this thing here will uncurl inside you, exposing a needle that'll pierce your guts.
Shows you the meta.
I suspect those people over there wanted some type of revenge against you.
Okay, thank you.
I'd be careful if I were you.
I'm just gonna throw my oatmeal.
just gonna throw out
Can
your
I hunt for
oatmeal.
food?
You sure can. Go and roll the survival check, see if you can find any additional meals for the group here. As Amber tosses her meal, and I imagine Phelan also probably discards her meal there.
Can I actually like sift through mine because I'm hungry?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me as you shift through your oatmeal.
13.
Gotcha. So
Yeah,
as you-
18 for.
so for 18 for survival, I gotcha. So you, Phelan, as you kind of like poke through your bowl there, being extra careful, you find several lumps that might be bone slivers, but they might just as easily be oat husk, sawdust, or even insect eggs. You're not really sure what to make out of it.
I take them out anyway.
Okay. So you find like the big lumps and you take them out. What's left is a pretty relatively smoothish bowl of oatmeal appearing material.
All right, I'm gonna scarf it down.
You begin eating. Jamna kind of like looks at you with an eyebrow raised, almost impressed if you're taking that chance. You, Sir Jijo, managed to find like two small rabbits that you're easily able to capture and spear, and begin preparing. Do you share your meal with anybody else? Your newly captured hares?
You want some rabbit, Amber?
Yes.
I'll share with Amber, and I'll share with Jamna too.
Gotcha. So you whip up a nice little like rabbit kebab here. I'm even managing to find some vegetables here, and it's very tasty. It's a very tasty meal that you're having. Jamma turns to you all. She continues after finishing her meal.
Now, I know we don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side. My organization, we share a belief that the cult of the dragon must be stopped, the same as yours. Your friend Carlon there kind of spilled the beans to me a little bit ago.
Wow, you really can't keep a secret, can you, dude?
I'm gonna like whip my head over at him and go, Carlon.
You see him kind of give a pretty big shrug. He's an individual that has like a whole Harper's tattoo kind of tattooed in his arm, pretty obvious spot there, right? You know,
Have that thing up, dummy.
You know, he's definitely not afraid to flaunt his organization there. But he gives you all a pretty solid shrug. As he kind of eats like an apple, not touching any of the meat. He might be
I'm gonna ask her
vegetarian.
what organization she's from.
You say that.
And that, my friend, is a secret for me to keep, and for you to perhaps find out at a later time if we are to meet up again. But I'm sure that I'd like to keep a tab on these cultists myself, the same as you. Perhaps our interests might align in the near future.
How can we trust you?
How can I trust you? How can I trust this one here, your drow friend or your fairy friend?
What do you?
It's situations like these, I think people tend to come to a mutual understanding. We want to stop these bad guys the same as much as you all, no?
I want to cross my arms and stare her down and see if I can tell if she's lying.
Go and roll an insight check for me.
I get advantage on those. 18.
Okay, so on 18, you look at Gleam Silver and you suspect that she isn't telling you everything, but you don't necessarily discern if she's been speaking an actual lie, right? Other than that, you don't detect any dishonesty. Perhaps she has, like, kind of like, okay, she has her own secrets or something that she's not willing to tell, right?
I have more questions for you later.
She pipes up.
If you need a bit of an olive branch, I can offer you this piece of information. That one in the red robes that's been hanging out with the cultists, he is a red wizard of Thay. Now, I might point out and raise the question why a red wizard is chumming up with the Cult of the Dragon members. That's a nice bit of juicy information.
And what you guys all know about red wizards of Thay are that they are notoriously evil wizards on the Sword Coast. Right? Red wizards are very, very bad people. You don't want to mess with them. People tend to steer clear.
Okay. We'll take a note of it.
What?
I'm gonna ask her if after we our common interest is how do you say it? Dealt with. We could trust her after, so not to turn on us.
Did you shit?
Well, I wouldn't do anything too rash here with the weeks left until we reach Waterdeep. It's only about another week's journey. We'll get there in due time. I'll keep tabs on them my own way. You do the same. What do you say about that?
Okay, can you fly?
Can I just stretch my wings and fly around the caravan and see if I can hear anything from the cultists?
Yeah, sure can. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me to try to dig up more information. Sweet, with an 8. Oh shit, no, that's Phelan's 18. So with the 16, what you do hear a pretty nice conversation between a couple of these cultists here, kind of like hovering above their wagon and kind of out of sight. And what you find out from your eavesdropping, Amber, is that a location called the Well of Dragons is one of their most significant bases. This Well of Dragons is an ancient dragon graveyard that serves as a central hub for the activities and rituals. I put that in the group chat as well. All right, so you got a name and location of where their main location is, but you have no idea where exactly it could be.
Crabby bud.
Okay. I fly back and let them know.
Okay, so she shares that information with you guys. You can just copy and paste from like the chat into your guys' notes to kind of keep a record of it right there, if you so choose.
Adrian.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to change it in special.
Crabby butt.
With the crabby butt.
Crappy boy.
But the rest of the night is still relatively uneventful. Nothing else too drastic seems to happen aside for the suspected or possible poisoning of your guys' food, which you managed to thwart, and the information that Amber was able to glean from spying on the cultists and the caravan here. Would you guys like to retire for the night and kind of keeping guard as you do, or do anything else?
Yeah, I'm down to call it a night.
Same.
Okay. Okay, so as you close the door into this, one of your last weeks of travel here, the next morning happens. The next couple of days go by, and they're all uneventful. So you guys have been rolling for just close to about 2 months now of travel. Traveling from Baldur's Gate all the way to Waterdeep. Couple of hundred of miles. And so what you guys approach is, I don't have like a picture of like the city, but Waterdeep is a very big, not necessarily metropolis essentially of like old style-y building, but still like a very, very big city that's on the coast here. Right. There's distinct roads, like one that distinctly leads into the city, and there's others that like branch off to go circumvent it and around it, right? You guys are almost at like this weird looking checkpoint, essentially. So probably situated something like this, just outside of Waterdeep. And as the caravans kind of come to an end of their journey, you watch as there's a distinct split, as a majority of the caravans are heading down the main road into Waterdeep, while there's others, including all of the marked cultists caravans, are taking a branch in the road that you see kind of winds around Waterdeep, situating on the, staying on the outside of the town and the city.
No.
Adrian.
So you guys got a little bit of decision to make here, because you come to this literal like full fork in the road, right? You see all of like the cultist stuff once again are still kind of circumventing the city, almost kind of taking that road along the outside, versus the rest of the caravans, including all of Lady Luell's carts of merchandise, heading towards the city itself. Janma is still with you. Carlon's still with you.
Damn, this is a rough one.
Can we send Gemma and Carlon with the cultists? Because we've already dedicated ourselves to Lady Luell. Don't we kind of have to stay with her?
Yeah, that's true.
It would be really screwed up if we leave her after she employed us.
Okay.
If the other two are willing, I feel like that's probably our best bet. And we do already have those parts marked, so we should be able to find them again relatively easily.
So Carlin comes
And
up
they
to
weren't
us.
originally part of our group anyway.
Yeah, and we have already memorized their faces and everything too, so we should be able to still find them. Do we know where the fork goes?
You know that it goes to like the northern half of Waterdeep, not necessarily in the city proper, but more of like a weird like close suburb, if that makes sense. But you still watch Carlin kind of come up to all of you as he says, Amber, Sujijo, Layla. I said Layla.
Wrong campaign.
Wrong campaign. Phelan. It seems like those cultist caravans, they're branching off. What do we do, guys? Like, I can follow them if you want.
Yeah. See if Gemna's willing to go with you, because we really need to keep tabs on these guys.
I mean, do you trust her?
We have to trust whoever we can at this point. She didn't kill you, so...
That's true. I still got all my digits.
She knows who we work for. We just don't know who she works for. Try and see if you can get that information out of her, too. Without getting yourself killed or buried up to your neck again.
You know, I think that sounds like a very brilliant idea. I'll actually do that. But yeah, I got it. No worries. You'll count on me. I'll figure out.
Have a sword.
He does. You know, he's got
Get it out.
Yeah, he's got his weapons. He's got his little bit of armor there. You know that he's definitely like just a typical fighter, right, type deal. So he has his things to protect him. As he turns to you all, he's just like, there's a network of Harpers within Waterdeep. I'll be sure to be able to get a message to all of you once I know the exact location of where these guys are going and where they're being situated.
No touch.
Okay. So you guys can be very rest assured that information will get to you as soon as Carline is able to figure out where the cultists are actually going. So you guys can be very comfortable with that. Okay. You guys do catch Jamna kind of approaching you all. Do you make the decision to read her in?
I'm gonna take the benefit of the doubt and do it. She told us about the Red Wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, Amber, your opinion?
Yeah, we'll let her know.
Okay, gotcha. So Jamna approaches, and Carlon and the rest of you fill her in. She gives a very solid head nod as she understands that it's going to be a very sneaky and stealthy like approach to finding out the location, because she's still very much interested in finding out where these guys are taking their goods as well, right? And so with that, the caravan splits. You all come to the massive gates of Waterdeep, which swing open for you as the caravans begin entering this loading area essentially. Lady Luell steps out of her luxurious carriage here in front of all of you as she says,
Thank you, Sir Gijo. Thank you, Amber. And you, Phelan, for all of the service for these many weeks. You all are definitely treasures to be had and some of the best bodyguards that I've ever hired. Here, take this as your payment in full for your excellent service.
Right. As she hands each of you guys 1,500 gold, right, a piece. So 1,500 to each of you guys.
Oh, Lady Luell, you are too kind.
Yep.
Please feel free to call upon us anytime you need.
Gotcha. Yep. So you guys have successfully protected Lady Luell and her merchandise throughout 2 months of travel. So she pays you each 1,500 gold.
Can I ask her what will become of Eldrin?
Sweet. There you go. And as you watch Eldrin kind of get past the city gate, essentially, kind of entering, lagging behind, you watch as his platinum antlers begin to slowly shed, and his fur, that golden pelt of his, begin to shed as if it's sloughing off.
Adrian.
Turning back into the elf that he is?
Yeah, and very slowly you begin to see those deerish or buck figures fade as fingers appear instead of hooves. That black little nose turns more flesh-like as pointy elf ears replaces his deer ears.
No touch.
Right?
Mm.
Touch.
As you do see, oh shit, where's it at? So as Eldrin passes the gates of Waterdeep, which are enchanted.
Oh. That checks out.
Yeah. So the curse that Eldrin was bestowed upon, you see it kind of lifted. So you guys were successful in transporting him all the way to Waterdeep to cure his affliction, right?
100% cured? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Bet.
Right, so he looks at his hands, huge smile across his face as he goes.
Is he covered?
Technically, he wouldn't be.
I'm gonna grab a cloak or something and wrap that around him real fast. Cinch a belt around his waist to make sure it doesn't fly open.
Yeah, definitely. So you get him situated properly. As he turns to you all and says, "Thank you. I don't know what became of me, but it appears I am back to my normal self. I feel the curse has been lifted from me. Perhaps it's the magic of this city that has done me so well. For your troubles, the gift that I promised you, right? As he holds out what appears to be a silver appearing ring, right? And it is a ring of protection, right? So I need you guys to decide amongst your group. As I gotta look it up again. So ring of protection is pretty nice. So it gives you a +1 bonus to your AC and saving throws while wearing this ring. So you guys can decide amongst yourselves who do you think would best kind of fit it.
What was the lowest AC?
The one with the lowest AC is going to be Amber right now. She can get a 15 or 14 with mage armor. Yeah, so with mage armor, her AC would be 14. Right, with this, it boosted up to 15. Hold on.
I squint at him. I squint at him and wondering, where the fuck did he pull that from?
You watch as like one of the ends of his antler, kind of like formed into this ring. He didn't pull it out from any of his orifices.
This particular ring requires attunement, and I already have 3 items attuned, so I feel like it'd probably be great on Amber to help keep her just tad bit safer.
I'll take the ring.
Okay, gotcha. So go ahead and add Ring of Protection to your inventory. Just make sure to equip it and to attune to it, okay? So that is the gift that he promised you guys from the very first week of your journey here. And as time goes on, you get the feeling that it is time to say goodbye to your traveling compatriots here. As Lady Luell has business to attend to, and Eldrin is going to be his own man.
Nice. Lady Luell, I know you're really not into people, but that's one handsome elf. As I give her a tiny little nudge.
He did serve as a good deer.
He did.
Perhaps I can keep him in my employ.
If anything, just for the pretty face. And I'm going to give her a wink and walk away.
I thank her for the employment and all that she's done, and gracefully walk away.
And she gives you a curtsy on the way out there, Amber. What about you, Sir Gijo? How do you say your goodbyes or your see you laters?
Just let her know that we're available for hire if she needs.
Gotcha. As you say that, she puts up like a hand and like grabs some paper and kind of like makes some marks on 3 separate sheets of paper here. As she passes each one to you all. And it's essentially a letter of recommendation signed by her. She's a pretty well-known and like wealthy merchant. A letter of recommendation for your services as guards and whatnot. Almost like a oh my god, what is it? Like a wit? Not a wit.
Referral?
Not like a referral, but like a reference sheet or whatever.
Reference?
Yeah, I guess. It's just take it as a letter of recommendation and whatnot. I'm thinking of like the fancy word for it.
A letter of recommendation is fine.
Yeah.
This is D&D.
Yeah. Let's just go with that letter of recommendation here. So that if you guys were ever to show this to another like guard company within the Sword Coast, like it'd probably get you pretty far here. Okay. With that, does anybody else have anything immediate to say here? So yeah, put that in like your little custom, either custom notes or like
item. I'm gonna do a custom item.
Or like a custom item, like letter of recommendation from Lady Luell, like parentheses, like anything related to guarding something, right? If that makes sense there. And actually, here's probably a perfect time to actually end the session because
have
we
to
can,
say so.
yeah, because we can just start the next one with you guys getting information back from Carlon and Jamna about the location of the cultists and stuff like that, and take it off from there.